Hey folks, this week we wanted to share a new podcast that we think you'll love, a gripping wrongful conviction story from ABC News in 2020. It's called The Snare. The Snare examines the murder of 18-year-old Angie Dodge, who was killed in her apartment in Idaho Falls in 1996. As investigators hunted for her killer, DNA recovered from the crime scene pointed to an unidentified suspect. But despite the evidence, police built their case against another man, Chris Tapp, securing a conviction that later unraveled, while the real killer remained at large. As the years passed, Angie's mother, Carol, never gave up on a decades-long mission to uncover the truth. It took 20 long years, but finally, through Carol's persistence and some incredible new DNA matching technology, Angie's real killer was put behind bars. You can hear the whole story, including audio of Chris Tapp's interrogation and so much more in this riveting new series. Keep listening here for a short preview. And if you like what you hear, check out more by following The Snare in your favorite podcast app. That's The Snare. Now here's the preview.
A couple of days after Angie's murder, her friends and family gathered for a memorial service. In grainy video footage, you can see people wiping away tears and carrying big flower arrangements, a mix of carnations, roses, and lilies. The police were there too, including Detective Jeff Pratt, the officer who took photos of the crime scene at Angie's apartment. On this day, he's wearing a gray suit and navy blue tie. He has his Pentax camera strapped around his neck. Pratt and another detective are here to investigate. They're watching, even recording with a video camera. Could Angie's killer be mingling among her friends and family? After the service ends, police follow the crowd outside to a nearby cemetery with the video camera. It's a windy June day, and the camera zooms in on different faces as if it's hunting for clues. At that time, there were no suspects. The police chief was open about that when he previously spoke to the press.
It was a brutal homicide, and we do not have a suspect at this time, and there is reason for people to be cautious right now.
And people in Idaho Falls were cautious. Jeremy Sargis remembers the fear in the community.
Nothing like that happens in Idaho Falls. It just doesn't. There's some crazy stuff that happens in every town, but that was pretty extreme. I know that I started carrying a knife, it scared people. It really did.
He also remembers how quickly rumors started swirling about who could have killed Angie.
Everybody had an idea of who might have done it and what might have happened. And, I guess that's just the nature of people. I remember the police pulling in hundreds and hundreds of people for questioning, all of us, really.
What was highly unusual for this case, and especially unusual for Idaho Falls, is it was a whodunit.
This is Brian Clark, a reporter in eastern Idaho who has covered the Angie Dodge case.
There were no witnesses. There was physical evidence, but no obvious way to tell who it came from.
Brian Clark says police looked at other items found in Angie's apartment, like a planner.
They wanted to find out what her routine had been, who she'd been speaking with.
There were also voicemails on her home phone.
And so they started looking into the people who had called.
Police officers interviewed Angie's family and her ex-boyfriend and cleared them. They also interviewed her neighbors and friends. Basically, they wanted to talk to anyone who knew Angie. But after all that, they didn't identify any suspects. As they did all these interviews, investigators collected DNA samples from around 100 people, trying to get a match to the physical evidence from the crime scene. But officers weren't the only ones asking around and trying to figure out who had killed Angie. Brian Clark says Carol Dodge got very involved in the hunt for her daughter's murderer.